The marketplace buzzed with life. Merchants hawked wares and shoppers weaved through the crowd. Amidst the chaos, he saw her. Kim Tae-young, a young artist, paused. His heart skipped a beat. He was captivated. Her beauty was ethereal. Her name was Park Jimin. She possessed a quiet grace. Her eyes sparkled with intelligence and warmth. Their eyes met. Time seemed to stand still. In that moment, an undeniable connection formed. They began to meet often. Taehyung, with his artistic soul, was drawn to Jimin's kind heart. They shared laughter and dreams over steaming cups of tea. Jimin in turn was enchanted by Taehyung's passion and sensitivity. His art spoke to her soul. Their love blossomed slowly like a delicate flower. Each shared moment deepened their bond. They found solace in each other's company. The bustling city faded away when they were together. Taehyung's family was well respected. They held traditional values dear. When he revealed his love for Jimin, their reaction was swift and absolute. Jimin came from a humble background. Her family, though loving, struggled financially. This disparity in status was a significant obstacle. His parents disapproved. Marriage, they argued, was about strengthening family ties and social standing. Love was secondary. Taehyung was torn. He loved Jimin deeply, but filial piety, the respect for one's parents, was deeply ingrained in him. The weight of his parents' disapproval pressed heavily upon Taehyung. He had always been the dutiful son, the one who never strayed from the path laid out for him. But now, his heart was leading him in a direction that clashed with everything his family stood for. He tried to reason with them, to explain the depth of his love for Jimin. Their arguments were heated, voices were raised, and emotions ran high. His parents couldn't understand why he would choose a path that seemed to lead away from the family's expectations and traditions. Tradition and societal expectations stood as formidable barriers. In their community, family honor and societal standing were paramount. Marrying someone from a different social class was almost unthinkable. The weight of centuries-old customs bore down on Taehyung's shoulders. Taehyung felt trapped between his love and his duty. Every decision seemed to lead to a dead end. He was torn between following his heart and fulfilling his obligations to his family. The crossroads he faced was not just a physical one, but a deeply emotional and psychological struggle. Jimin, too, felt the sting of rejection. She had always known that her family's financial status would be a barrier, but she hadn't anticipated the depth of the prejudice she would face. The looks, the whispers, the outright disapproval, it all weighed heavily on her. She understood the cultural context. She knew that in their society, family background and social standing were crucial, but understanding didn't make it any easier. The pain of being judged for something beyond her control was a constant ache. Yet it pained her to be judged solely on her family's financial status. She was more than her family's wealth, or lack thereof. She was a person with dreams, aspirations, and a deep love for Taehyung. But in the eyes of society, she was just a girl from a less affluent background. The couple found themselves at a crossroads. They had to decide whether to fight for their love or to succumb to the pressures around them. The path they chose would define their future, but the uncertainty was overwhelming. They held hands, drawing strength from each other, but the road ahead was still unclear. The path ahead was shrouded in uncertainty and societal pressure. Every step they took was fraught with doubt and fear. But amidst the fog of uncertainty, their love was a beacon of hope. They knew that whatever challenges lay ahead, they would face them together, hand in hand. Word of their relationship spread like wildfire. Whispers followed them like shadows. Taehyung's family name did not shield them from judgment. Some pitied Jimin, viewing her as a gold digger. Others scorned Taehyung, accusing him of dishonoring his family. The constant scrutiny was suffocating. It chipped away at their happiness. Their secret rendezvous became tinged with fear and anxiety. Their once vibrant love began to feel the strain of societal disapproval. The world seemed determined to keep them apart. Despite the mounting pressure, their love persevered. They found solace in each other's arms. Their bond, though tested, remained unbroken. They held on to the belief that love could conquer all. This shared faith became their anchor in the storm. Taehyung refused to give up on Jimin. He loved her for her spirit, her kindness, her unwavering support. Her heart was his home. Jimin in turn loved Taehyung's artistic soul, his unwavering loyalty, and his compassionate heart. Their love was a beacon of hope. Korean culture placed immense value on family lineage and social standing. Marriage was seen as a union of families, not just individuals. Filial piety was paramount. Respect for elders and upholding family honor were expected. These values were deeply ingrained in society. Yet, beneath the veneer of tradition, there was a growing recognition of love's power. Younger generations began to question rigid societal norms. The struggle of Taehyung and Jimin was a reflection of this cultural shift. Love, they believed, transcended social barriers. Taehyung, fueled by his unwavering love for Jimin, continued to plead his case. He stood tall, his eyes reflecting the depth of his emotions as he spoke to his parents. His voice, though steady, carried the weight of his heart's desires. He painted a vivid picture of their relationship, highlighting the moments that defined their bond. From the first time they met to the countless memories they had created together, Taehyung's words were a testament to their enduring love. He spoke of their bond, her character, and their shared dreams. He described Jimin's kindness, her unwavering support, and the dreams they had woven together. Every word he uttered was a plea for understanding, a request for his parents to see beyond societal expectations and recognize the genuine love that bound them. He recounted the times they had spent dreaming under the stars, planning a future filled with happiness and mutual respect. He reminded his parents that happiness lay not in societal approval, but in the love they shared. He emphasized that true happiness was found in the simple moments of life, in the shared laughter and the silent support. He urged them to look past the superficial judgments of society and to focus on the genuine connection he had with Jimin. He spoke of the sacrifices they were willing to make for each other and the strength they drew from their love. His words were heartfelt and sincere. Every sentence was imbued with the passion and conviction of a man deeply in love. His eyes, filled with hope and determination, never wavered as he spoke. He laid bare his soul, hoping that his parents would see the truth in his words and the depth of his feelings. His sincerity was palpable, a testament to the authenticity of his emotions. Slowly, cracks began to appear in his parents' resolve. They listened intently, their expressions softening with each passing moment. The walls they had built around their hearts, fortified by years of societal conditioning, began to crumble. They started to see the situation through Taehyung's eyes, understanding the depth of his love and the sincerity of his intentions. The love story he narrated was not just about him and Jimin, but about the universal quest for acceptance and understanding. They saw the depth of his love for Jimin and the toll the situation was taking on him. The pain in his eyes, the strain in his voice, and the earnestness of his plea were impossible to ignore. They began to empathize with their son, realizing that their resistance was causing him immense pain. The love he had for Jimin was evident, and it was clear that this love was not a fleeting emotion but a profound connection that had stood the test of time. Jimin's quiet dignity and unwavering devotion to Taehyung also chipped away at their prejudice. She stood by his side, her presence a silent testament to her love and support. Her calm demeanor and the strength of her character spoke volumes. She did not need to say much. Her actions and the way she carried herself were enough to convey her deep commitment to Taehyung. Her unwavering support and the quiet strength she exuded made a significant impact on his parents. They saw her not through the lens of social standing but as the woman who held their son's heart. The transformation in their perspective was gradual but profound. They began to see Jimin for who she truly was, a kind, loving and supportive partner who had brought immense joy and stability to their son's life. The societal labels and prejudices that had once clouded their judgment started to fade away, replaced by a genuine appreciation for the love and happiness she brought to Taehyung's life. After a long and arduous journey, Taehyung's parents finally relented. It wasn't an easy decision for them. They had grown up in a world where traditions and societal expectations held immense weight. The idea of defying these norms was almost unthinkable. But as they watched their son and Jimin, they began to see something they hadn't noticed before. It was a love that was pure, unwavering, and resilient. They saw the way Taehyung looked at Jimin with eyes full of admiration and a heart brimming with affection. They saw the way Jimin supported Taehyung, standing by his side through thick and thin. It was a bond that couldn't be ignored. They recognized the depth of their love, a love that defied societal norms. It was a love that transcended the boundaries of tradition and expectation. It was a love that was strong enough to withstand the pressures of society and the weight of disapproval. Taehyung's parents began to understand that this love was not something to be feared or shunned, but something to be celebrated. They saw that their son was truly happy, and that his happiness was intertwined with Jimin's. It was a realization that changed everything. Their blessing was not given easily but with a newfound respect for the strength of their bond. It was a moment of profound significance, a moment that marked the beginning of a new chapter in their lives. The older generation, with all their wisdom and experience, acknowledged the power of love. They saw that love was not bound by age, tradition, or societal expectations. It was a force that could bring people together, heal wounds, and create a future filled with hope and promise. Love had triumphed over adversity. It was a victory that was hard-won, but it was a victory nonetheless. Taehyung and Yimin's love had faced countless challenges, but it had emerged stronger and more resilient. Their love was a testament to the power of perseverance and the strength of the human spirit. It was a love that had been tested and had proven itself to be unbreakable. It was a love that had not only survived but thrived. Taehyung and Jimin's story became a beacon of hope for others facing similar challenges. Their journey was not just their own, it was a story that resonated with many. It was a story that inspired others to believe in the power of love, to fight for what they believed in, and to never give up. Their love story was a reminder that no matter how difficult the journey, love was worth fighting for. It was a story that gave hope to those who felt lost, and courage to those who felt afraid. It served as a testament to the enduring power of love. It was a love that had stood the test of time, a love that had weathered the storms and emerged stronger. It was a love that had been nurtured and cherished, a love that had grown and flourished. It was a love that had become a symbol of hope and resilience. It was a love that had shown that no matter what obstacles stood in the way, love could overcome them all. In the tapestry of life, woven with threads of tradition and societal expectations, their love stood out, a vibrant reminder that love indeed conquers all. It was a love that had defied the odds, a love that had broken free from the constraints of tradition and expectation. It was a love that had shone brightly, illuminating the path for others to follow. It was a love that had shown that no matter how difficult the journey, love was always worth it. It was a timeless ode to the power of love, a love that would be remembered for generations to come.